Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Today I'm going to quickly be going over your niche and what you have to really look into before you start your AI agency. So I don't want to take too much time. Let's hop into Lucid Chart and show you guys some examples. So as you can see here, there's two main things you got to look at. Really, it's high or low ticket. So what this means is really what you can sell for and what the customer is selling. In this case, the company, you're doing kind of business to business. So you want to see, okay, well, do I want to sell to somebody I can charge five to $10,000 or even more easily, or is this something that they're making a little less money and it's going to be harder to capture that? So what do I mean with high versus low ticket? Let's get into some examples here. You're going to see low ticket. It's really the same exact work and less money as high ticket. So you have to work the exact same, if not more, because if you look here, you're going to get higher turnover. So you're going to get higher turnover, less money, and the same amount of work. So really, low ticket is just, for me, it doesn't make any sense unless you have experience in a certain type of business model that you may have had previous experience with that you want to work with. So, for example, here are some examples: something like barbershops, salons, pool cleaning, home cleaning. There's so much stuff. It list goes on and on, right? It's just a short example to get your mind jogging on what I'm talking about. But if you were a barbershop, if you owned a barbershop, or if you were a barber before, it might be worth it just because knowing the industry you're going into is really, really important. I think it's more important than anything else, to be honest. Like, for example, I picked real estate agents because I used to be a real estate agent a few years ago. So I know exactly how they think, what they want, what they need, what their struggles are. It's like perfect for me. So if you were a real estate agent before, I highly recommend you get into real estate. Obviously, you get into the real estate niche. If you, maybe had a company, a cleaning company before, and you want to get into cleaning, might be worth it too. But you got to consider, there's low ticket, right? So when somebody goes to clean a house, they're not charging more than 150 to 300, bucks, depending on the size of the house. So each lead you capture, you can only charge so much compared to a real estate. You sell a house, that's 10 to 15 grand commission, give or take. That's a lot more money for per lead, right? So obviously, you're going to be working a lot more. These guys, you can't charge, a real estate agent, you charge 5 to 10 grand. That's maybe one house or a little less than one house in commission. And they're going to get, 10, 20, 50 listing appointments, right? That's a lot of money. Here, if you try to charge 5 to 10 grand for, I don't know, a barber shop, right? They charge 50 bucks a haircut, let's say average. Depends on your area. Might be 30, might be 20, might be more. Let's just say 50 per client. I mean, how many clients do they need to get through the door for them to make money off of your program, and how much you need to charge? So I reckon it's a lot of money that they need to make. They need to be working all the time. It might work for bigger shops that have a lot of barbers. So you just really got to look into it and really niche down. It's not going to work for individual barbers. So like I said, when you niche into something, if you're going to go low ticket because you have experience in it, niche even further into it and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to go barbershops, but I'm going to go barbershops with more than X chairs, for example. Instead of saying a single barber that has his own studio, I'm going to go for barbershops that have 5+ chairs and they're making X amount of revenue per month. That way you can target them and actually charge them, more than 2 grand for your services. Because if you charge, less than $1,000, you're also going to have this high turnover, right? These people, you're going to charge a little bit of money and they're going to get scared after a month of not seeing something, maybe not, because that's how long the leads might take to, start coming in, and they drop out. And I've heard that happen. A lot of people tell me that, these lower ticket offers just have a lot of high turnover. So you're really doing all the implementation work for them to just leave. So like I said, I don't really recommend this unless you have experience in one of these. So let's get into high ticket. This is really where you can make a lot of money. You only need a couple of sales to do what I'm talking about here. So more money, obviously, with high ticket. Let's take real estate, for example. In real estate, like I was saying, an average commission can be anywhere from five, ten to $15,000. Lower turnover because they're making that money. If you get a real estate agent that's closing already 2 or 3 deals, they can pay you the 5 grand or 10 grand for your service up front and not really have to worry about coming back and canceling on you. And also means less work and better deals. So you're not going to be working as much. You might be getting more deal on the lower ticket offer. You're probably going to actually be getting a lot more leads just because it's a lot more available. Obviously, with anything that has lower barrier to entry. you're going to be getting a lot more leads. But here, you'll be working less, so that means higher quality leads, and you're going to be charging a lot more money for your time. So it's really good. Obviously, if you have some type of experience in any of these, I mean, there's so many more. This is just like obviously quick examples: real estate, med spas, roofers, HVAC, pool builders. Pool builders is a really good one that people sleep on. I mean, you can charge anywhere from 15 to 50 grand, even more for pools. So it's crazy. You want to really get into stuff real estate. Obviously, you can do real estate flipping and all that type of stuff. So real estate flipping, real estate agents, anything in real estate, you can get into construction contractors and stuff. Roofers are really good. You guys know roofs cost a lot of money, so all these stuff. You get one client. You get your client one client, it's done. It's paid off. They're gonna love you, and if you get them one sale, they're gonna like literally be coming back to you and paying you monthly retainers. So you can get a lot of monthly retainers on the higher ticket ones because when your offer actually works, they're going to be paying you whatever it costs monthly to keep coming with the leads and the sales. So that's really all I had for you guys today. I just want you to, when you start making your AI agency, look into this stuff. Don't just, willy-nilly get into everything, spend lots of money, spend hours working on it, and then notice that you fucked up by picking the wrong one. So, um, you know, again, this is really it. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll catch you guys in the next video.